I was never the type of person to worry about how I looked. I mean, my physique that morning, but I realized, though, as I was looking at myself in the bathroom mirror, that I looked shorter than usual. A cigarette butt was taller than I was. Maybe the mirror had a problem with me that morning. It seemed that everything in this flat was picking on me that day. Why would I look so short this morning? A week ago, I looked fine. Not an inch taller, but still, I looked fine. I then moved further away from the mirror, dropped the towel that was around my waist, and did an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. When he won the Mr. Universe in 1970, and that was actually dampened my spirit more, because I looked very funny. Or ridiculous is the correct word. And then it dawned on me. That mirror had hated me this morning. Of course, I could still understand all this, why the mirror was hating me. My aircon seemed to be getting hotter per minute that morning. My flat looking gloomier. Thing is, with my flat, I've been living there for the past 6 years, and today I was moving out for good. It was my wedding day. I was getting married. The funny thing about getting married is, everyone tells you it's one of the best days in your life. Just like your first day of school, or realizing that you have failed matric and had to redo another school year, where every teacher was celebrating you'll never come back. Well, apparently, I was sorely mistaken, as I was about to discover a few moments later. I looked at myself again and then started dressing up as the church service would start in an hour's time. Tuxedo looked good on me. I smiled at myself. Sure, I was looking good. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. I quickly moved from the bedroom to the kitchen. I'm coming, I said. Knock, knock, knock. Okay, okay, I said. I'm coming, I screamed out. I looked at my wristwatch. It was still early for my ride to church. I opened the kitchen door. I couldn't believe who it was. She looked radiant, beautiful, ravishing. She stood at the door for a minute. I forgot my manners. I just stared at her. My heart was pounding furiously in my chest, as if it wanted to come out. Her beauty was amazing. I could smell her perfume, which was like thousands of wildflowers and roses. She smelled good. One would have easily mistaken her for a famous celebrity or beauty queen. Aren't you going to ask me to come in? She asked. I just stared. No words would come out of my mouth. If you want me to go, I will. She spoke again. Oh, excuse me for staring. It's just that you look beautiful, I said with a smile. Thank you, she replied. Please, please, come in. I'm sorry, I said apologetically. I opened the door wide for her to enter, and I moved side to side. Please, let's go to the lounge, I said to her. You look handsome, she said to me. Oh, thanks, I replied. Is it me, or you look taller than usual, she asked. Then I knew that the mirror had hated me. You think so? I said with a grin on my face, thinking that when she leaves I'm going to break that mirror. We sat across each other in the lounge room. Can I get you something to drink? I asked her. No, thank you, she replied. She looked as though she had said something very serious she wanted to tell me. I shifted with discomfort in my chair. I sat there, waiting for her to tell me that she loved me with all of her life, and that today was the best day of her life, and that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. She did not want any disappointments, especially from me. What's up? I asked, concerned. There's something I have to tell you, she said, looking at me guardedly, as though she secretly knew that I was wired with explosives. She was waiting for me to blow into 1,000 pieces. What's up, baby? I asked again, nervously. I stretched my right arm toward her, lounging for her touch, but she didn't let me touch her. She was acting as if she was about to go to jail for failing to stick to her diet, and was embarrassed to tell me. This was the woman I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and just a few hours from now. Bongi was her name. What could be so difficult that she cannot say to me? I thought to myself. My mind began to race again. Is Bongi having pre-wedding jitters? Is she going to call off the wedding? Is Bongi doubting my commitment to her after all this time? All these questions raced in my mind. Maybe the mirror was right. She didn't want to say it, and she didn't want to marry an exceptionally short man. Why would she comment about my height after all these years? I started having a panic attack. As a child, when I had a panic attack, my family doctor taught me a way to control these attacks. Because when a person had them, some people will go unconscious. Just imagine having them while naked or making an omelet. They would just fall face on the steering wheel or the frying pan. So my doctor taught me that every time I felt an attack was coming, I should bark. Yes, bark like a dog. Woof woof. For a young child, it was okay. I used to enjoy it, especially during exams. All the other kids would laugh at me, but it made me popular at school. And they gave me nicknames, Wolf Boy. But not for a grown man like me. It was the funniest sight. And I always avoided situations that would lead me into these attacks. Unfortunately, today was not one of those days. One time I was in a bus traveling from Nelsruit to Barberton. The roads of Barberton is very beautiful, with sharp bends, the magnificent scenery of the mountains and the hilltop valley. The bus driver happened to mention that the brakes of the bus were not working. Everyone in the bus panicked. How could he drive for such a distance without knowing that his brakes were not working? I asked myself angrily. Of course, that was the same question many had in their mind. That's when the problem started. I'm beginning to have a panic attack. Again, the only way I knew to deal with it was to bark. Woof woof. Woof woof. I barked again. Passengers in the bus started looking at me with surprise. They were screaming to the driver, and I was barking. The more they screamed, the louder I barked. They thought I was going mad. Woof woof. I continued to bark. People started laughing in the bus when they realized I was serious with my barking. They all forgot about the bus not braking. They laughed so hard that no one knew when the driver managed to stop the bus. I was never so embarrassed in my entire life. So when Bungie saw that I was about to have my panic attack, she quickly rushed to me from her chair and knelt right before me as if she was proposing marriage. I was already trembling and preparing myself to bark. Then her smooth, soft hands, when they touched mine, I felt a great relief. "Baby," she said, "I don't think I want to marry you." She stared me right in the eyes as though she were looking for an alien hidden there somewhere, and she was talking to that thing instead of me. "Baby." "What?" I asked. The words shot at me like a bullet. I said, "I don't want to marry you." She repeated. Yeah, I heard that, but why?" I asked her. "You said you don't think you want to marry me. Not you don't want to marry me. There's a difference, you know," I laminated. "What happened?" I asked her again. "My fiancée has just told me that she didn't think she can marry me. How did that fit into the scheme of all things?" "I don't know," Bongi said. "Well, I realized that we did not belong together," she continued. "We don't belong together?" I asked her, sliding further into the sofa I was sitting in. It seemed I was getting smaller and smaller every time she spoke. She looked like an enormous giant while kneeling in front of me, and me sliding deeper and deeper into the sofa. "Bongi, we are about to get married in less than an hour, and you're telling me we don't belong together?" I said to her. Then suddenly I wondered, are you feeling sick? Or are you drunk? Or are you testing me? "Come on, babe, tell me what the problem is," I said again to her. "I deserve the truth at least," said I, looking straight at her eyes. She had beautiful eyes, and this morning they looked even more beautiful. They were gleaming like a bright star. What is wrong with me? I thought to myself. This woman is dumping me on my wedding day, and I'm thinking about her eyes. "The truth, baby, is it's your father," she said. "My dad?" I asked her. "What does he have to do with anything?" Then a thought raced through my mind. He must have said something that had hurt her, and that is why she did not want to marry me anymore. Oh, what a relief. I hadn't thought for a moment. I thought she was seriously dumping me on my wedding day. "Honey, Mongie, sweetheart," I said to her. "If it has anything to do with my father, we will solve it after the wedding. He is no problem to our marriage. After all, you love me, not him. Are you marrying him? Not me," I said confidently, assuring her all would be alright. "No, you don't understand," she said. "Don't worry about him. I will sort it out when we return from our honeymoon," I told her. And then it came, Bongie's big announcement. "Baby, the reason I'm not marrying you, I'm in love with someone else, and I'm in love with your father, and have for some time now," Bongie said to me. "What?" I asked her, fighting a wave of panic attack that was rising me. I wanted to scream at her. "You can't do this to me. We are getting married today. You are my fiancée." But in a blink of an eye, she no longer was. In a matter of moments, she had become a stranger to me. My heart was as though it had been hitting with a battering ram, which had not only been shattered to bits, but driven through it. "When did this happen?" I asked her. "Last year," she said calmly. "It was Valentine's Day." What had I done wrong on Valentine's Day? I asked myself. I hadn't slept with any of her friends. I remember well. I bought her a Valentine's Day gift. It was expensive. I broke for 3 months after I bought her that gift. I took her out for the dinner that day. Besides, when, on the very same day, I fell sick because I had too much to drink, and my father offered to provide company to Bongie. Could it be that moment when they fell in love? I asked myself. "Why Valentine's Day? It was our special day," she continued. When I returned from the park with your father, I just knew when I looked at you that it was over," she said with certainty. I couldn't understand this. "Why my father? Why not any of my friends?" I asked her out of desperation. "What did you see in him? The man is 68 years old, for God's sake. What is wrong with you, woman?" "He is funny, he's intelligent, he has a lot of experience, especially in bed," she said. "That's too much information for me," I told her. Though I wondered how could she compare me with my father. "He is an old crow for all I care. Where is he now?" "He's waiting in the car outside," she replied. "Vimba and I thought it was best if I spoke to you," she told me. Vimba was my father's name. No one called him by that name, not even my mother when she was still alive. And now she, Bongie, my fiancée, was calling him by his first name. If I were to go outside now and say, "Hey Vimba, please come in and let's talk to this man," of course he would have beat me up to a pulp. Not because I invited him to come in, but because I called him by his first name. That's how strict the man was. So Bongie must have been pretty special to him to be calling him by his first name. "So this is it?" I asked her. I realized that it would be futile to fight her now. Although, she should have warned me about this before. I had already spent money on clothing, invitations, food, and other things. Church is packed right now waiting for us to come. That was never going to happen. Yes, this is it. Goodbye, Mandela, she said with a tear on her left eye. I will always love you. Shh, you love my father now, I said to myself. Then I called her and outside. Beep, beep. It was Demba calling for her. It was time to go. I guess my father was feeling that she had spent too much time with me already. She was now his, my Bongi. As she stood up to go, I couldn't help but notice that she was crying only one eye. I felt bitter that my Bongi, my precious Bongi, could not even shed more tears for me. Bang! Only one tear, and she wiped it quick, and it was all finished. She walked slowly out of the lounge room. I followed her. She stopped. Please, don't, she said. Don't make it difficult for yourself. I will find my own way out, she told me. What a nerve this woman had, I thought to myself. Coming to my house, dumping me on my wedding day, and now instructing me not to move outside my own home. Nevertheless, I stopped following her. She went out the kitchen door. She stopped. She looked back once, then closed the door behind her. Then a few minutes later, our car door slammed outside. I just imagined her telling Demba that it was done. It was all over. Then continued with their lives without fear. And the engine started running. I knew it was all over. I went back to the lounge, sat there and closed my eyes and wept like a baby for my lost love. Mandla, Mandla, open up, Mandla. Someone was calling my name. Open the door, Mandla, it's late, the voice shouted to me. What had happened? I looked at myself. I was smartly dressed. I had my rented tuxedo on. As I was about to go open the door, suddenly my cell phone rang. Hi, baby, I can't wait for us to get married today. Hope you are ready. Your friend should already be there to pick you up, said the voice. It was Bongi, my Bongi. Then a lightning bolt. It had hit me. What had just happened. While I was waiting for my ride, I fell asleep on the sofa and had a dream. All of what was just happened was a dream. Like I said before, getting married was the best day for any bride and groom, and now I'm off to my own wedding.